Yeah? Testing? Good? Good. Okay. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first Masterclass of 2024. I'm the Artistic Director of your New York Piano Society, Natasha Poremsky. I'm especially excited to present this class as it will be led by my teacher and mentor from the Mannes College of Music, Pavlina Dokovska, an absolutely legendary pianist, an incredible pedagogue, and just all-around amazing person. And today we have Andrew Throdahl, one of our biggest stars of New York Piano Society, performing The Impossible Scarbo. We have Giancarlo Facchi, another star of ours, performing Allegro Barbaro, and Alex Shapiro, who's just an incredible member of our society, doing Montagues and Capulets from Romeo and Juliet. Don't forget about our concert on April 14th at 1 p.m. at Zankel Hall at Carnegie Hall. And I look forward to seeing you there, and thanks for joining. And handing it over to Ms. Dokovska now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, dearest Natasha, for such a wonderful introduction. I remember the time of the pandemic when we did it virtually, and I had a great experience hearing the wonderful participants of the New York Piano Society, and I'm admiring your passion for music, regardless of the field you have chosen in life. You keep working at becoming a better and better musician. So I'm looking forward to hearing you today, and let's welcome Andrew with Scarbo. Bravo. It is, as Natasha Poremsky, who is herself a phenomenal pianist, said, it's an impossible work. It is impossible work. But what makes it so difficult is not just the physicality of it, but the imagination that it requires from a performer to dive into this. Thank you. To dive into this world, which is, whether it's true, whether it's a fantasy, as Debussy said, music is a veil, is a dream from which the veil has been lifted. You know the poem by Bertrand. So we don't know whether this evil goblin actually appears, and when it does, what kind of shape it appears. So in order for us performers, no matter what we play, we have to have such sharp idea of the image that we want to project and our emotional reaction to it, because only then we can find the right sound. Simple example is that, and I always give this example, we can say something very softly, and I can say two completely opposite things softly. I can say, what a wonderful day it is today. And I can say, this is a horrible person. This is the same dynamic. Or I can say, what a fabulous place. And I can say, what a horrendous place. So dynamic is the same. So unless we attach the right feeling, we actually cannot find the right sound. If you look at the score, and similarly to Debussy, Ravel was obsessive about the markings on the score, because this is the key to the music for us, right? And if you look at the score, you see how many soft dynamics we have there. We have piano, pianissimo, triple pianissimo, whatever that means, but because it's not just one piano, two pianos, three pianos. There are many, many varieties of piano dynamics, depending what we want to express. Same thing about the loud dynamics. So your position here in this piece is actually to be not just the pianist. You need to be the stage director. You need to take this poem by Bertrand as if you're going to create a theatrical production. And you have to make decisions about the lighting. You have to make decisions about these apparitions. You have to make decisions about costumes, about the entire place. And then depending on this, you dive into the text, and then you find the right character to it. When we are dealing with a lot of pianistic challenges, and as we know, we have a lot of pianistic challenges when we play Mozart or Scarlatti, we should never forget the origin of the word technique, which means art. So ultimately, everything what we do, even if it's one sound or a rest, and we'll talk about the rest here as well, they're connected with the image we would like to project. So I would like to ask you, what is it for you, this opening?
I think it's, I imagine a bedroom at night, and you're paranoid, you're thinking that there are ghosts or something scuttling around. You hear a noise like a bump in the attic, or a creak as the door opens or something, and you're
or maybe just a shadow. If you just think of just a shadow, and if you, as we know, music starts before we play the first note, because what we produce is a continuation of a thought, so this is where it appears, right? So I would like you to try just the very first note, and just think that Ravel did not write 3. And you have to create the image of the Scala, of the goblin, just in that first note. He writes pianissimo diminuendo. If we do this anatomically, or only, just calculating, it's an impossible task. But if you try to, there is even an accent in this pianissimo. I haven't tried the piano, but I would like to hear that first sound, and it has to be absolutely terrifying. You need to work with the tip of your finger. We are in pianissimo here, and we have to get even softer. But you have to bring this kind of energy that is hair-raising. What is this? Imagine that there is nothing else that follows. Can you play that first note? Why is it so? Yeah, don't play it so long. I just want to hear it. I would like to hear the presence of this. You're working too hard. Feel it here in the tip of the finger. Don't go so high. Feel the length of the note. Feel that it's... Okay, now, try to add to this... You can't use muscle here. You have to be as supple as possible. As Chopin said, even the muscles of the toes have to be supple. Because unless you are bringing physical tension, which kills your ability to work with sound and work with imagery. If you actually release a little weight, more weight, you'll get the diminuendo. No, just 2 notes. It's too real. Can I hear it in finger staccato? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Softer. Not vertical, out. Release the key, out. It's too long. Okay, try to play now the 3 notes. Release you. If you gradually release weight on the second and the third note, you'll get the diminuendo. Yes. Why am I spending so much time on this? It sets you, and you are conditioning yourself in this exploratory mode, so that these are not 3 notes, but this is like you are casting a spell. You are, everyone who is in the audience is just, oh my God. Even if they have heard the piece many times, this has to be as if they hear it for the first time. And you have to play it as if you are, even when you practice, as if you're hearing it for the first time. Routine can kill us as artists. The reflexes that we create, and we have to trust them, the mechanism of what we're doing, they're not just physical. The most important reflex that we need to develop is the reflex of constant sense of wonder and discovery.
With a piece like this, I'm practicing it all the time because
Yes?
I feel like if I skip a day, then you notice it, things fall apart. And how do you avoid that when there's so much repetition involved with something that's really technical like this? But what are the techniques of keeping your imagination engaged?
You don't work unless you have the image attached to it. When you say, okay, I need, you see, there are three very important questions we ask ourselves. What is written? Why is it written like that? And how am I going to do it? The question why is a very important question because it also involves the imagery. And when you are working, or when you're repeating it, this is why I'm speaking about this kind of reflex. This repetition has to bring in deepening of your connection to the musical image, rather than monitoring just the physicality of it. This is deadly. Even when you play a scale, when you warm up, you're an artist. Eugenia Schumann, the daughter of Robert Schumann, has a wonderful diary, and she speaks about her mother, Clara Schumann, when she would warm up, and they would be in Baden in their little house in the summer, and she spoke about this incredibly beautiful sound coming from scales, like an avalanche of sound, and like streams going up and down. This was a little girl who was listening to scales and realized how much beauty there was to it. Because when Clara Schumann was warming up, she was not warming up her fingers alone. She was warming up her connection to music, her ears. When we read, because we're talking about a poem, right? If you start to read this, you're not going to read it O-H, H-O-W, O-F-T-E-N, H-A-V-E-I. Forget it. You yourself, the audience will not know what you're talking about. You will get lost. I got lost. But when you start working on this poem, and you should, and we say, he looked under the bed. So you start thinking, how am I going to say that? In the chimney, in a cupboard. Nobody. How am I going to say that? And every time when you go to it, you want to make it better. You want to go deeper into it. I mean, just think about the great actors who appear on Broadway 8 times a week. You're doing Hamlet 8 times a week. This is not a mechanical presentation of the text. You develop the mechanisms to go into this character and always to find something there. Otherwise, it is impossible. So we actually, what we're talking about is how we practice. And the key to get the right sound here is not, oh, well, this is the easiest part, it's the 3 notes. No, it's a very difficult part. So I want you to try, and also right here, you're playing a healthy mezzo forte. It's not. You have to experiment, and to experiment in the softness, you have to loosen up, you have to feel here the tip of your finger, you have to and you have to trust and connect. You have to connect and not doubt. Rather than, am I going to do it well? Is it going to happen? You understand? Then you're out. Just think how you carry on a conversation. If we talk and you meet me for the first time, I say, hello, my name is Andrew, and what's your name? And it's very nice to meet you and all that. There is no chance for creating a rapport. It's the same thing. Let's try these first 3 notes. Your body totally connected and have the very precise image of what you want to see, how you're staging it. You're not a pianist. Okay, this was not bad. However, they still were kind of a little labored. They were kind of placed. A real legato. And there is a real question mark there, rather than being stately, yeah? Try it again. A little bit, but the sound, in order to project, has to have energy, otherwise the sound dies. Yeah. Okay. Let's go on. And have you tried to check the metronomic marking?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It has to. It's not. It's a little held back. You have to project the continuity. Yes. Yeah. Why is this accent so much? You're killing this kind of spell. We're still in the parameters of pianissimo. This is an accent in pianissimo. You have to find the spookiness here, rather than all of a sudden we see the goblin. We don't see the goblin yet. Perhaps yaratim parariraram. Yeah. But here we are in shadows. You're looking, you are terrified. Instead of here I am, Andrew. No. We are in search of the goblin. Okay? Let's try it again. Not too slow. A second note, softer. Yes, Edwin. It's all about the tip of the finger. Yeah? Can you try it again from here? Too much. Just lean on that first note. Less here. Don't drop so much weight. Yeah. If you video record yourself, you will see that you are sitting on this. Yeah. No. Yeah. Calm down. Yeah. Me. It's just. Imagine if you're a light designer, you just give a little bit of light there, a little spotlight. So give a little spotlight here on E. Again. And now B. Don't prepare. You see the and also Ravel writes très long, very long. You stay where you are. You don't prepare. We don't know where we are. We don't know what's going on. We're in darkness. We're in shadows. You know, you're making this very predictable, you know, simply because you know the piece. You have worked very hard on the piece. You have to work on the rests. You have to work on this connection. You have to work on the drama. This is a drama. You know, Edgar Allan Poe, great American writer, he was an incredible inspiration for the symbolists, for Debussy, absolutely, for Ravel. They were fascinated by the world of Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah? So, this is a drama. We don't prepare. You have to think in terms of a theatrical experience here. Go back to the beginning. Comes out from silence, nowhere. That's it. Yeah, but that good. That was great. Let's go from here. And when you're staying here in this court, you stay. You don't know you're going there. We shouldn't know. Maybe you change your mind. You know what I mean? It's okay. Too much, too much, too much. There is a fear when we have to play softly, because we always have a feeling we have to go into a battle with this big instrument. It's the sense of submission. Love is about submission. When you don't fear it, this suppleness, submit to it, submit to this image, allow it to happen. Okay, let's go the second time. Let's try it again. This is, hold on. This note by itself has a question mark. Yeah? Yes, it has to start moving. Don't drag. Yeah? Yes. Now, this crescendo, in order to have the subito, you need tiny little bit of space. Yes, it's so subtle, but otherwise you can't do it. Okay? Can we try from here again? Why is there an accent? Legatissimo. Continue. Yes. Don't move. You know, don't move. Also, you know, Ravel was called by friends like a Swiss clockmaker. Everything with him was so exact, the timing. So make sure that this is absolutely, yeah, so that you really count it. Now, you'll work on these transitions. Please work on the rests. Rests are just important as notes, and sometimes even more important than notes. Once you start, once the curtain opens, we're in a theatrical production, Once the show starts, the characters start immersing the dead. Nothing stops until the end. You are there with it, and you are making it happen. You have to feel like a magician who is working with everything. But if you don't have it here, if you don't work on that, it's not going to happen. Now, starting from this, there were good things. If this is the first kind of apparition of the goblin, this is brave. Yararim, barariraram. Very important thing. Look at this little accent. Yararim, barariraram, and yararam, pulling back. So that it is not an exalted image, it's a terrifying image. You know? So it should not sound kind of settled. But it was like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, you understand? Okay? Okay, why is this so heavy? You understand what I mean? You are sitting after it. No. Yes, do it once again. Too much and not vertical. You have to work with the fingertip. Yeah? Yeah, don't take time. You hear yeah, you know it. You have practiced it. Don't sit on it. You're taking too much time. Again, embrace this image. The way you are playing it, it's like, hello, how are you? Welcome here. It's not what it is. This is the goblin. It is terrifying in a different way. You know, your imagination can take you to a different place. But this is still Scarbo. You understand what I'm saying? And remember what's happening here. You know, we see and then we don't. Okay? So you have to prepare us for what's happening here. Yeah? Yes, I'm hearing too much. It's not an exercise. This has to be. Can I hear your left hand alone? Yeah, you have to play into the chord. Can you do it with 2 hands? And I don't want to hear individual notes. Too much of do. Once you suggest it, then let go. Yes? Play into the harmony. Yes. So do the same thing. You're too active. You're going too high with your fingers. Into the keys. As Debussy said, we play into the keys, not above the keys. Yes? Yeah, but then this is what's extremely important. Yes, and then you see this. You see, and he did not write one slur. So it has a different significance. Yeah? Try it again. Yeah, but this has to be just as terrifying. From here and now. If you are not terrified, it's not going to affect our audience. Yeah, can you use this pen? Yes, and this has to be more than this. So you have to work on your balance. Okay, let's go from here on. Yeah. Don't calm down here. Because he's here. No, you move forward. Yes. Can you think more of this, the last note? Rather than that. No accent. Yeah, do you go too high? Yes. Can you take away this sense of the downbeat? Yes. Trust the reflexes that you have built with the hands. Don't think about it. Think about the goblin. Imagine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the ideas are absolutely the same. What I mean by absolutely the same is that, for example, take this. Yes. If this is not part of the Scala, it will sound like a kind of a waltz. This is very mysterious sound. This is a dance of a creature. You don't know whether it is real or not. We don't know whether it's behind the corner. You don't know where this creature is. You have to have this in your head. Can you try it? Yes. Yeah. Where are you trying to play this kind of staccato here? In the right hand. Yes. Also, it's not. Think in one. Without accent. Ah. That's right. In one. Yeah. Try it again. Now, Christian. One. Yes, and again, the content of this rests. You're already thinking of this when you're here, and you shouldn't. You already know that it's coming, but you have to bring the character that comes with it. Can we just make this connection? Yeah, this whole section, you have to internalize it in one, because you are now playing note by note. You have to create the bowing. You see how the slur works. This is your bowing. Yeah. All this rests here. You know? Can you? Yeah. They're not internal. No. Yeah, but it sounds. See, it is one slur. Yep. Yeah. I don't want to hear the downbeats. Ah, that's right. And very sharp in the tip of the finger. Ta-dam, bum. Ah, then. And with energy, very, very light, but with energy. Try it again. Ta-dam, ba-bum. Yeah, all this, I would recommend that you put it on the metronome so that you really have the timing here is very important part of the character of the piece. We have, I want to make a point here. Even when we have similar things, they're not similar because they're happening 3 or 4 minutes later or even 10 seconds later. It already has a different inner intensity. So my recommendation, you have done a lot of great work. You need to organize, even pianistically, things more in phrases, so that you have the correct choreography here, so that you don't go finger by finger. You understand what I'm saying? This is technologically speaking, but you need to rework through different connection with the text and the drama. Don't fear the piece. You are beyond. Don't fear. Be eager to dive into it.
Just quickly, was there anything that stood out as like very wrong, or just were you struck by anything that I just absolutely?
What stood out for me is the lack of range. Absolutely, and especially in the softer dynamics. And this range is not just dynamics, it's expressive. This is what stood out. This is why I spent as much time in the beginning. Because it is about your attitude and approach to the piece. You know, going after it as something which is so difficult pianistically that we forget why it was written. You understand? Physically, stay freer, organize what you're doing so that it's not note by note. Dive into the character. And you'll find things will start happening very naturally because you'll demand them. You have done a great job. I'll use it too.
Alex, do you want to play? Sure. Yeah. This is Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet.
Hi. So good to see you in person.
Yes,
Oh.
yes, I'm delighted. Oh,
Is that okay if I use the music?
No,
Oh, okay. It's pretty fresh.
tell me, have you seen this particular scene for the ballet? Have you there videos of this? Or have you seen the ballet?
I don't think I've seen, no, I haven't seen the ballet. I haven't.
And you haven't seen this particular scene on, you can find it on your YouTube.
I've heard the orchestra, but no, I should watch, probably should watch the scene.
This is a very important scene where this quarreling families, you know, this brings the tragedy. They're appearing both families, you know, the dance of the knights. So when you see that, you'll have a very different image. Even hearing the orchestra and looking into the roster, speaking of that, do you know which instruments are playing this?
In being strings?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also the clarinet and in B flat.
Right.
Yeah. Even if you know the score well, I mean, you have seen it, orchestral score, etc. But seeing the ballet, because this is what prompted Prokofiev to write this music. It's not the vice versa. Now, music in general is about movement. You know, whether it's ballet or not ballet, it has to move. Because musical phrase is a breath. It has to breathe. So, when we have this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But it's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. You are conducting it, right? So, even if it's allegro pesante, but it's not a largo, it's down, up. So the second, the fourth beat are bouncing off. And same thing, yum, pa-bum, pa-pim, pa-pum, pa. You're a little bit stuck. Pa-pum, pa-pim, da-dum, da-dum. So, what, take a seat. What I would like to address, like we were talking with Andrew about Scala, it doesn't matter at what point you are of learning the piece. You may just open it for the first time. You have to immediately identify how the phrase works and what is behind. Why is it written like that? So unless we connect to the character, we will be, unfortunately, fall into the same thing as I was trying to spell every word from the Bertrand's poem. So it's a THEMONTAGUEST. So you understand? So and when we practice, every time you touch the note, any note, you are reinforcing the reflex. And if this reflex is not correct artistically, even if you say, okay, I'm going to try for some reason to play this, I'm getting too heavy, I'll try in this piano, but you know why you're doing it. You understand what I mean? You always have to have the ultimate goal, artistic goal in mind. So let's try to do the left hand alone, so that you can have this movement rather than. Our instrument is percussive. Same attack gives us the same sound. No matter whether we would like to vary with dynamics, but if the gesture is vertical, that's what we get. It is as if we speak like this. We can make dynamics. So this is why when I was mentioning to Andrew about choreography of the physical gesture, it is essential, because when an actor is working on a role, or a singer, this is why Chopin said, listen to great singers, they're seeing how long is this phrase and how I'm going to use my breath to really fit this phrase into my breath. So it's the same thing. Let's try the left hand alone. Down, up. So, down. You see, you don't have to go high. No. Let's have this grip down. And then, can you do this for me? With any finger. Tim, pom, pim, pom. That's right. This is the idea. This is your gesture. Okay? Pom, pim, pom. Yeah. Why do you push down? The sound has to be always released. It should never be pushed like this. So you, down. When I say down, it does not mean like this. Forte, forte. Healthy form. Okay. If I ask you to not to sit but be like this is very uncomfortable. Your wrist is like this. Yeah, you have to feel the support. Yeah? So you have down, tim, pom, pim, pom, pim, pom. That's better, tim, pom, pim, pom, tim. Yes, so, and it's not necessary that it's going to be so much lighter. It's still forte. It's still pesante. But there is a movement. This is why I say you have to see the ballet. They're moving. They're not. You understand? Try it again. Pim, pom, pim, pom, pim, pom, pim, pom, pim. Yes, don't lose all the energy. Pim, pom, pim. Down, pim, down. Okay, now we need to pull back a little bit the tempo. The reason we pushed it forward so that you become more comfortable with the gesture, because in a slow tempo we tend to go note by note. Okay, try it. No, it's okay. Tim, pom, pim, better. Tim, pom, pim. Tim. Yes. This still can get freer. The second and fourth beat are better. You get a little, scared how you're going to land. Now, fear is our worst enemy, period. Whether we play the piano or we don't play the piano. It doesn't matter. Because it's not only that it's a paralyzing thing, but you can see the options. I'm talking in general. It's something that really limits your ability to think. And when we're talking about music, it limits our ability to express, to connect. What is our goal? We have this genius. We have Ravel, Prokofiev, Bartok, Scarlatti, Mozart, to connect to them. I mean, this is such a beautiful idea, to walk the same journey with them, You have to reach the level of ease and say that this is very, very comfortable. This is very easy for me. This is why the most frequently used word by Chopin during lessons was the word in French, facilement, which means easily. Unless it's easy, you can't get the sound you want, you can't get the phrase, you cannot enter. Okay? Let's try. Brave. Pim, pom, pim, pom, pim, pom, chim, pa, pom. Yes. Okay. I like the idea of this rest, but it is coming too soon. Chim, pom. Also, actually, this was very much better, but I would like to hear this shape. Rom, pa, pom, pa, pim, right? And then rom, pa, pom, pa, pim. You have to make a point. This these are these grand families. You watch and you'll see the dance of these knights, of this, you know, these are two powerful families. And the display of power and what they understand of nobility is really gets you. So, and when you hear the orchestra, how the strings are playing, pa-bam, pa-pim, pa-bam, pa-dam, pa-bam, pa-pam, pa, this kind of blending. Yes, let's go back. Chin, pim, pom, pim, pom. Brevi, jom, pa-bam, pa-pim, pa-bam, pa-dam, pa-bam, pa-pim, pom. Yes, much better. And now, the rhythm, pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. You see, when we want something, we have it. But we really have to want it very badly. If this rhythm becomes so necessary, it was very necessary for Prokofiev, so it has to become necessary for you. So there is no chance that you are going to turn it into a triplet. Ram param param parim papa. Very different. Ram there is that in this dot. There is such intensity there. Feel the dot. Think of tatam, papam. How it bounces off, right? Okay. You know, it sounds a little retired, like a, well, I don't want to dance. What is this thing about Montagues and Capulets? Well, why am I here?
Takes a lot out of you.
That's right. Well, let's rest a little. Okay, let's go. All violins, all forces. Okay? This is better. Now, in order to have this successfully, you see there are a little tenuto on these notes, but here you don't have it on this, right? So the short note always goes to the long note, ta-tam, pa-pam, and it bounces off. It's like a soundboard. It's an exhilarating feeling. Yeah? Okay? Pa-pam, pa-pim, pa-pam, 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 pa-pim. Yeah? A little bit of pedal off here. Yeah? And, yeah, well. So, you have not this. Because if you hear the orchestra, you're not going to, it shouldn't sound like a hiccup.
Right.
You know,
So is that like, am I releasing the pedal too early?
Yes. Just, yeah, and you don't have to go from, you know, the great pedagogue Leschetitsky, he was one of the greatest of all times. He said the keys are not on the ceiling. They're under the fingers. So okay? Yeah. Let's go from here. Bounce. Yeah. All right. Almost just before you come here, yes? Yes. Yes. Now, let's do this once again and see how we are going to bring it from here. And then we go. This is a new level of intensity. It doesn't let go. It just builds and builds and builds. So you, in a way, this is a very freeing feeling, rather than, oh my God, how am I going to manage this energy? Oh, I'm already, I get so tired. No, you don't feel like that. I see it in your eyes. No, you have the energy. when you're one with this character, it becomes the easiest thing in the world. The easiest thing in the world, because there is no other option. You understand what I'm saying? You have no option. And you connect, you want this to happen. It's how much you want this. Yes? Yeah, forever. Right. Don't rush it. Now more. Huh? Yes. And this tiram daram pata, this incredible interval, tiram papam pi ram parada tim pa. You know, each note has its place and its meaning and its importance. We are very lucky because we're dealing with music of giants. Nothing was written by accident. So you have to feel that each note is this, you're holding on as a gift that was given to you. And it's up to you whether you want to drop it and break it, or you want to hold it and say, I have it forever and a day. Okay? Let's go from here. Param papam param papam papi. Now tom pidim param pidim. So again. Tim pidididididom. Okay? Now, a question. How often have you practiced the left hand alone?
A little bit, but not like hand separate all the way. Well, I know I definitely practiced hand separately, like passages.
You know, you have practiced enough only when you can go through it with tremendous ease. And we have to always ask ourselves the question, how easy is this for me? On a scale 1 to 10, where am I? If the answer is 9.5, disaster. Because in a moment of pressure, 9.5 can go down to 2 or 1. So, if this really matters to you, you have this left hand. 1, tam, pom, pom, pim, pom, all the way through without any hesitation. Because a hesitation is immediately heard in the sound, immediately heard in the way you flow with it. Okay? So, work on your left hand. Work on your right hand. You know, I never can emphasize enough the importance to practice separately, hands separately, the elements. Even when you know a piece inside out, you are practicing not because you want to be secure with the notes, but because you are exploring what is behind the notes. This is what we're talking about, Scala Gaveau. This is what is the extraordinary, our great blessing, the ability to explore a world which is not really visible, but it's more important than the reality. In this particular instance, it's a ballet. So it is something that it's very real, and it has to have a very powerful impact. Okay? So let's go from here, and we'll deal with it. Yes? Okay. Now, we're talking about reacting to changes. Because if we react correctly to change, we are finding the right quality of sound, the right character of sound, the right line. So if you have here this, yum, pom, pom, and then this is a very different harmony. We were here, and look at this distance. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. So you can't just play this F. Yeah? All right, let's give it life to it. Go from this harmony. Yes? Now, F sharp. Okay, now. Ti-tom, pa-pom, ti-tom, pa-pom. See what an extraordinary interval is, and you go an octave high. And then you have a ram, yi, ti, ra-ta-ta-tam, ra-ta-ta-ta-tam. Yeah? Pim, pa-pom, pim, pom, pim, ra-ta-ta-ta-tim, pa. Yes. We just sat at the bench. This 8 measures kill me. I'm gonna rest. Yum param pa param pa pa. Don't be scared. Yeah? Can you play the left hand for me? You understand why we have to play? Did I make my point? But you see, it's not because I say, but because you want. You want to do it the way Prokofiev wanted to do it. You know? So you are his intermediary. And this is not a cliche, it's true. So it is not possible to do this right unless you go with such ease here, left hand, right hand, and then putting it together. Can we go here? Actually, it's clear what you need to do here. Okay, let's go here. Pedal off. Pedal or right. Now, yes. You see, you really, if I ask you, what are the notes, and you don't look at it, you have to know what the notes are. You understand what I mean? Because when you know what the notes are, it means that you know how to say them, how to express them. Our work is not a reproduction of notes, but the meaning behind them. If you ask me to say something in a language that I don't speak, let's say Korean. I don't speak Korean. I might memorize. I might be able to memorize. I can never be able to really communicate unless I know very well what each word means. This is how communication is. We have to know exactly what we are saying to make a difference. Otherwise, we don't speak. Unfortunately, there are many people who speak without knowing what they're saying. But we don't want to be one of those. So this is a very special chord. And you have to be able, when you're already here, you have to say, wow, it's coming. I can't wait. Instead of, oh my God, what were these notes? So this is what we were working with Andrew, and it's something that we always work on, our mental state. which allows us to make music as artists. Not only physically to reproduce the notes, it's difficult, but when you know what you want to say, you'll find the right way, even physically, how to say it. Can we go from here? No, it's not the chord. Can you one by one? What's this note?
Wait,
See?
right, okay.
Yes. You should release here the pedal. Padim, ratatata, yatata, taram, papim, param. Yeah. So, papim, papam, param. You have to work on this gesture, because one of the problems you have is that things are tight, and it is not just because you're not secure with the notes, and you just say, okay, I'll just keep playing it and it will become more natural. No, you have to make it natural from the first moment you start. How you connect the first note with this? How do you connect the downbeat with the upbeat until you feel totally free? How do I go from the great pianist, Sviatoslav Richter, where they ask him in this great movie, The Enigma, how you work on it? He said, well, I start from the beginning. I work with the first page, which means the first phrase. Then I go to the next one. Then I go to the next one. Yeah, you understand what I mean? It's not like, okay, I'm going to go back and forth. No, you have to make it right. So, the rhythm here very frequently turned into triplets. Ram, tatam, ratatatatatatatatatatata. This is what you have to have in mind. Can I hear this left hand alone? Yes. Can you actually sing it without looking at it? And okay, good. So you know that. So what you hear has to lead you. Instead of staring at the notes, you know, like you're looking at them for the first time, you know? All right, let's hear the left hand. Pim pam pam ram pam 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 pim pim pam ya pa 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 pi pa 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 pa. There you go. This was a good sound and a very good line. Now, can I hear the right hand here? Okay. What do you think is wrong with this?
I think I'm doing maybe the rhythm again. It's not.
What else? The rhythm was a little better, yes? It's like marching on the same down, da down, da down. There was no movement forward. Yam, ba bam, ba bam, ba bam. Remember what was happening here? Ra da di, ra da di, ra. It's a very big deal. And you, the top is a dum, ba bum, ba bum. You know, kind of disconnected. Okay, let's hear the right hand absolutely connected with what the left hand is doing without playing the left hand. Pim pa pam pa pom pa pim pa pom pa pim pa pom pa pim rim. Yes, this is the kind of work you need to be doing. Because at the moment, it's scared. Right. So, and you have to create the line, pa-pom, pa-pim, pa-pom, pa-pim, pa-pom. It is absolutely relentlessly moving forward. And ta-tom, ta-tom, pa-pom. The freedom of how you go with this 16th note to the dotted 8th note is very important. Can I hear just this measure? Yum, prom. Now, yum, pa-pom, pa-pim, free, yum, pa-pom, pa-pim, pa-pra-ta-ta-ta-tim, pa-pom, pa-pim, pa-pom, pa-pom, pa-pom. Yes, yes. But it's a very big happening. You are here, and then you're going here, you know? So it's not the same thing. Here you had one voice, yam, papam, papam, and then two. And then you're going in all the way up in a different register. You have to live that. We have to live every single change that is happening in the score. Let's do it again. Papom, papim, papom, papim, papom, papim, papom, papim, 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 papam, papim, papom, papom, papom. That's better. Yes, yes, and don't disappear. And then you're going into the A minor. So all these nuances of expression have to be incorporated from the very beginning when you're learning a piece, even if the tempo is slower. If let's say yom, parom, papim, papom, papom, papam, papim, po. It doesn't matter how slow you play, but you have to have the idea how you shape the phrase, what kind of energy it takes to make it alive. Now, what kind of image do you have here? I mean, you stop, you obviously need to get comfortable with this. But can I hear just the beginning of that? No. So, okay, what would you work here? What is happening here? I mean, we should not forget that Montague and Capulets were the families where these two extraordinary young people, you know, came from. So, and there is this love between them. So here we have to create this beautiful lyrical feeling, right? Now, can you play your right hand and can I hear the right hand? Yeah, you don't need this. Very supple wrist, but with fast release of the keys. Yeah, why is the upbeat so heavy? So you have when we shape a line, we always have to look at things like the meter. How you to conduct it. Where is the destination of this phrase? How is it going? What is the choreography? And even if it was not a ballet, you know, it's just if it's an abstract piece, your gesture, your arm has to be choreographing the music, because otherwise we will play note by note. Okay? Can I hear this? Dolce. Impurity. Yes, yeah, but this is, what is it? Yarati, yapapi. You have to go to the bottom of the key. Like with singers, a great singer is producing pianissimo only by providing the right support of the diaphragm. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So, you have to feel it in the tip of your finger. If our arm is like Chopin called it the lung of the pianist, here in the tip of the finger is the character of your sound. Okay? Fingers stuck out here. Yeah, I want you to feel the beauty of this. Yarati, tarari, yapa. That's right. Ah, that's right. Well, very simple. Take weight off. That's right. This is why unless we master how we release weight, we can never have a line. Because it's like the human speech, you know? We do not talk like we talk like this. There is a natural inflection. Yeah? Try it again. Yeah. Yeah. You see, if you do this, you are cutting this. Yeah. Yeah. Finger staccato. It's yeah, don't rush. It's moderato tranquillo. Yes. So, as you see, unless we have both hands separately well, it just doesn't work. You know, sometimes, also in life, we think, oh, well, maybe there is a shortcut to this. When we can make a shortcut in something, usually it's not something of substance. Things which have a lot of substance take time. This is why we have, in many instances now, a world of show business instead of great artists in classical music. It's just there is a change of mentality, because going into depth takes time. So people want to take the shortcut, and the result is never so great. And we have to make choices. It's not about, you will say, okay, I'm not going to be a professional pianist. I'm doing it for my own pleasure. It's the same thing. What is the definition of pleasure? What is the greatest pleasure than really feeling that you have become one with this piece? And you don't have a deadline. This is one of the good thing. I'm not being professional. We say, oh, you have to get back to this piece and performing in 10 days. No, you can take your time and say, I want to feel at ease. I want to embrace this music and make it my own. And then you feel happy. And this is a tremendous satisfaction, because otherwise, why do it? We don't do it for punishment, you know. We do it because we love it. And what is love? Is to give unconditionally what it needs. And in music, when you give unconditionally, you get a lot more in return. It doesn't happen as frequently in human relationships. You may give all, you may give it all and get very little in return, or none at all. But this is a sure thing. So, connect and say, this is what I really want. I want to accomplish it. Even if it's the first phrase, and you say, yeah, I got it. Wonderful. Wonderful. Good luck with that. Yes. Allegro Barbara. better, then what do you think you can do better?
You should start with slower speed.
Mhm. And also, tempo giusto. What does it mean, tempo giusto? Yes. So, except for the places where you have poco sostenuto, poco più sostenuto, you know, he marked very well what he wanted. Bartók was a phenomenal pianist in addition to being a great composer. So it is a very important element of the character of this piece to be where he wants his tempo giusto to be absolute tempo giusto. Why was this piece called Barbaro?
Because they called him a barbarian.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's right. They call him a barbarian, and he actually he used it in an ironic way because he was not a barbarian. He was a great composer. Now, what is this piece bringing as a character? Where is it taking its inspiration from? Mm-hmm. Yes, song and dance. You know, Bartók said something very beautiful. He said, if a composer wants to really benefit from the beauty of folk music, he or she has to immerse so much with it that it feels like this is their mother's tongue. You don't think anymore of this as a folk music. This is who you are. And actually, if we translate it in everything what we do as interpreters, this is our goal. To immerse ourselves into what we are playing, that we are it at the moment. We are Scarborough. We are the night, the dance of the nights. We are the dancers of folk dancers, Catch Kamate, whatever. He played it for the first time there in Hungary. So, I want to hear from you. What do you find most challenging here?
The accent of being strict about the language.
Another very important aspect of this piece, and this is when they call him barbaric, they didn't know what they were talking about. Yes, he introduced different sounds, but also, you see, he starts with sforzato in fortissimo, but then this is mezzo forte. We cannot be consistently loud in the same way. We have to know where the song is. This is actually the pentatonic. It's very characteristic for the Hungarian folk music. But we have to layer properly so that it doesn't become noisy. So that the volume, the character brings this rustic feeling, but it does not become a noise. You know, always when you have to voice it, you have to feel it here. This is where we will produce the sound, so that we don't bang it. I want you to start from the beginning, and I want to hear the exciting difference between sforzato in fortissimo and then mezzo forte. Yes, yeah, we have 6 notes. Can we hear 6 notes rather than, yes? Now, which note is a little bit short of being projected? That's right. So balance it, yes? Yes, yes. Now, we are in this low register. It's heavier than this. So let's listen correctly so that you don't overwhelm here the right. We want to hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes. Yeah. Don't force. Release. Yes, release the sound. Let me hear it several times. And this is less. Yes. Yes. However, you see, he's giving half note, 76 to 84, it doesn't matter. But he's giving half note. We have to think in one, not into rata, tata, tata, yam. Yes. Yam. Do it again. Yam. Yes. There are no accents here. You don't have to suggest. You know where the downbeat is, but you don't have to kill it. Let's rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat, very steady. Rap-a-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa, 3 and yap. Yeah, you're rushing. So you have yop, pop, 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 pop. It is again the necessity to have it right. Yap, pop, 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 pop. This is a dance, yes? Yap, pop, 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 pop. Better. Okay, not bad. However, I hear ta 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 ta. So ya pa pom 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 ya pam. If you don't bury the sound should not be buried. Because if you bury the sound is dead. So we have to release it. We have to let it out. So instead of yum pam pam, there is a excitement in this release, yes? Yes, yeah, this was very much better. It doesn't have to be artificially going to mezzo piano. Yeah, it's just a little bit less. Yam pam 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 pam, ram pam 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 pi. Not too much more. Don't worry, you're too concerned about this, you know? All right? Dance it. Yes. And how you're going to get it lighter? When you have lighten up and bring more definition, you know, more lightness here in the tip of the finger. Yeah? Yeah, I wanted to feel the difference again. Maybe, I'm just thinking, maybe you can have a different image. Maybe a female appear there, you know? No, this is very masculine. Maybe this is a glimpse of something feminine. Whatever will help your imagination to get the sound, not careful, to have personality, but to be different. Great. You know what you did? You made this sound more playful. And that worked. And that brought wonderful difference. Okay, again. Steady. Yes. Now, we need time to address a change. Ram pam pam. Give it a little time. It's too crowded. Notes are like people. You don't want to squeeze them. Don't crowd. Yeah? Yes. Can you go? Yes. More of a out. Yes. Release weight of this. So it's not a tata. Lean on this Tam. That's right. Ta-ta. Exactly. Yeah. Take it. Ta-ta. Ti, pam, pi. Yes. Yes. But only here. Okay. Yeah. Do it again. Yep. Papa. Yep. Para. Ti. Ti. Pam. Pi. Yes. Very steady. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Take joy and pride in being very steady. It's the dance. Go from here. Don't sit too much here. No. Yeah. Steady. Yes. Also, this is again too close. No, I meant like this. No. This is like a different block. Yeah? Yeah? Can you do it? Yeah, but for you have you make a point. Yeah. Without stopping. You see, if you have to choreograph this, and you are bringing here different dancers from somewhere, they have to make an entrance. You understand? You have to see this happening. They are not like catapulted there and just rushing through this. You have to see the appearance rather than rushing into them. Yes? Ching pam ping pam playful chi ta ta ching ta ching ta ta ching ta. It's okay? Yes, same thing. It's not ta 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 ta, but ra pa 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 pi pa pa pa. You see them? Yes, imagine again. Think of how you would choreograph. Tiram pam, tariraram, papiraram. Is it a question? Answer. In a dance, even if the dance is very lively and wild, there are different movements. There is passion, but in this passion there is a variety. It's not like a aggression, like yeah. Yes, not bad. Make sure it's not repetitious. You are taking the same amount of time. If you take time here, then you don't take time here. Tiram pam, papiram pam, papira. Insist more and move forward. You have to, while we have to feel the space between the notes, we cannot take the same amount of time because it becomes predictable, yes, and ruins the forward motion. Let's see how we're going to negotiate with this. Where can you pick it up from? Yes, very steady and very clear. Yes, let's hear how you're going to disappear. Feel it here. It's gonna. That's right. Yes, good. It's a use reverse psychology. Think here that you are making huge diminuendo, and then start. You're in this chord. You are anticipating the fortissimo, and you have to practice by stopping here and then going into fortissimo. So think softer, 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 and then fortissimo. Yeah? Can you try again? Steady. Steady. That's it, right? not bad. Can you make the ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, ya-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pam? You know, so it's not like, this is wonderful, 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 this is wonderful. You understand? When, yes, I want to say something. When we see in the score of great composers something being repeated, it's not because the composer ran out of imagination. You know, we should never let this thought in our, oh my God, he just didn't know. You know, he just added it again. No, there is a reason. He's insisting with it, and it becomes more and more intense. So you have to bring this intensity. Or whatever the case is with a repetition. Haydn is full of this, and every time you have to find the difference. Yes? Steady. Yes. Yes. Sharp release. That will give you the sforzato, yes? Yes. Don't push on this downbeat so that you go here, from here to here. Steady. Steady, steady, steady. Yes. Put this on the metronome, and even without playing the piano, you want to have this pulse so ingrained in you, so organic. There's such necessity. Yep. It's a pulsating thing, you know. And if you start wiggling around, we're losing the character. Yep. Let's go here. Yeah. Too much. It's a crescendo within soft dynamics. It's a little tease. It's a tease. It's not whoa. That's right. Try to avoid release weight on this. Yeah, yeah. This was too careful. Yeah, yes. Very vocal. Yes. Balance. Otherwise, it's very noisy. We want to hear the melody. Yeah. Yes. Yes, see, this note, which is fortissimo sforzato, has to last for 3.5 measures. Unless you balance properly the left hand, it's going to die. We have a percussive instrument. So you have to very carefully balance and also voice your chords, because you have to go to mezzo forte here. Yeah? Can we try it right from there? Yes. Grip on the chord. Into the keys. Yes. Steady. Yeah, this is a big happening. You have yeah, right? Steady. Steady. No. There is no accent here. Poco sostenuto, non è this. very playful and charm. Tease. Shh. Finger staccato. Shh. Piano, piano. Oh no. Very different sound than this. Can you play this? Stop. Ah, that's the difference. Gradually. Voice chords. Make sure you voice the chords. Again, you have this La, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 measures, and this has to be like what all brass, right? If this is too heavy, that's right. And you have to very carefully do the diminuendo. So it's all about character. You have done a great job, and it's getting better. Everything is in the score. It's a question of how we read it, or how we choose to read it. You know, the great pianist Claudio Arau, in his autobiography, was mentioning how it's he would go backstage, you know, with his score, and so look at the score, and his assistant said, "But maestro, you have played this for so many years, you know the piece inside out." He said, no, there is always a possibility that I'll forget some detail. He was not looking for the notes. He was talking about the music, still digging and digging and digging and discovering. You know, so the beauty of what we're doing is that the journey doesn't end. It's like the horizon. You move toward, you're very happy you're moving towards, and you see that there is more to do. If you feel I'm done with this, then you're limited. And this is really such an extraordinary joy to know that there is more and more and more. This is how these great composers lived. Their lives were about reaching what is unattainable. And I would like to again say how much I admire what the society is doing and what you're doing, because this is why the society exists. To support people who are doing different things in life for a living. But this is a passion, and the flame is always alive. Really give yourself to it. Don't rush. Don't rush. Explore. Make the exploration your beautiful journey. And then you'll be the happiest in the world. We musicians are the happiest people in the world. So I thank the great Natasha Paremsky for inviting me. I thank Klavierhaus and James Wu for being with us, and I thank the audience, and big bravo to all of you, and congratulations on your great work, and good luck with everything.
Thank you, Ms. Dokovska, and yes, thank you to Klavierhaus. Thank you to James Wu for creating this gorgeous space. Thank you to Sujatri, the owner, for inviting us and for sharing these gorgeous pianos. And thank you to all of you for your amazing performances. And as always, Ms. Dokovska, I learn every time from you, even when other people are playing. So thank you, and thank you for always having this incredible, inspirational spark that you implant in everyone. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. See you on April 14th.